Welcome to the silver lining where it's no filler, no fluff, but we keeps it a buck. And today we're gonna be talking about the Kendrick Lamar Juneteenth concert. Got my man Kurt in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's good, man? You know how I get down. I came here to tell the truth. I got the little ass bush out today, y'all. Hope the viewers forgive me for it.
Yeah, what
But you
happened
know
to the
what it
hood?
is. No
You,
filler,
you
no
ain't so
fluff,
you
man.
you ain't putting the hood on today? So the hood ain't on today?
When I put the hood on, man.
Hood
I
on the
put the
hood
hood on, man. You know, I had to put the hood. I had to actually put it on. You know what I'm saying?
on.
You know
so
what it
yeah.
is.
So yeah, man, this concert, man. I'm actually mad that I actually didn't watch it on Juneteenth. I forgot about it. I really thought about it the last minute I turned it on. He was just finishing up. So I watched it the next night. And yeah, it was dope, man. But I'm gonna let you take off, man. What'd you think, man?
First of all, yo, Kendrick, yo, yo, the dude is a mastermind, bro. The dude is a genius. Just the thought of him having this pop out concert on Juneteenth when he caught this man a colonizer and all that shit, bro. It was just like it's just his whole like yo, whoever is in his camp that puts his strategies together, who puts his day to day, his dockets together, like he got some niggas in his corner that know how to fucking market, bro. Like that, to be honest with you, I mean, I remember like Hot Not Light Tour, the Rough Rider Academy. I remember but these shows was going state to state. We knew
Up
it
in
was
smoke
coming.
door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, bro. This was just a nigga saying, you know what? I'm gonna do this on Juneteenth, and that's what happened. Like, bro, this wasn't even like, bro, this wasn't even like a promotional tour. It wasn't a stop. It wasn't like per se, like you know how they had them HBO special
Yeah. Yeah.
concerts. Yo,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
just was a nigga pulling up in the hood with all his homeboys for real. That's what it really felt like. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like Kendrick was leading a concert. It felt like he was the DJ at a party. You see what I'm saying? You know that dude with the mic in the party?
Right.
That's what it
Yeah.
felt like. It felt like a large party. It was like a big ass celebration. Like the
hmm
motherfuckers was, yo, niggas was rapping the shit more than Kendrick.
Yeah.
Like you can
Yeah.
hear the crowd the whole time. When that nigga said, if you try to strike a chord, it is probably, and he was doing that little wave, and the whole crowd was like, minor.
Yeah.
Bro, I wanted to be in the crowd, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, like the I think like the third time he performed, not like even the second or third time, he literally let the crowd like rap the whole song,
Yeah.
and he was ad libbing the crowd. Like, yo, this is insane, man. So yeah, the crowd was nuts at that show for sure.
And then the setup for it, Dr. Dre sweaty as fuck.
Yeah,
Dr. Dre the
Dr.
legend.
Dre. Yeah,
Sweaty as hell up there.
yeah.
He said, hold up. We need silence for this one. I see dead people.
Yeah.
Yo,
That shit was dope, man.
bro, and then yo, I think he really close to yo Kendrick. He has an opportunity to stand for something bigger than just rap or whatever
Yeah.
because he bringing the West Coast together.
hmm
Like the West Coast is like one of the most divided areas. Like in terms of the hood, you got Bloods,
Yeah,
Crips,
right, right.
Jamaicans. You know what I mean? It is super
Mhm.
divided, bro. He had all of them. Yo, ain't nobody hear nothing about nobody getting killed that night. We ain't
Yeah.
hear nothing about nobody getting robbed.
hmm
Like, bro, he bringing niggas together, bro. He
Yeah.
really is. I know it's through rapping, but he is bringing it together, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to YG. That's my guy. I know he's not the best rapper, but it's
hmm
a certain sincerity to YG that I respect. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
was my guy. See him on stage after Drake called him out. Remember
hmm
Drake shouted YG out?
Yeah,
You
he
know, had
did on
YG on the
Family
stage.
Matters. Yeah. Yeah.
And he had YG on the stage with him.
hmm
Kendrick just, I mean, I'm coming to like the unexpected from Kendrick now, bro. It's
Yeah.
just that's just what it is with him, man. I thought it was a great concert. He smoked Drake 5 times. I mean, he had whole West Coast with him. He had a bunch of
hmm
rappers on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all them rappers ain't don't can't say that all of them rappers like each other.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rappers be beefing all the time, but he had a bunch of rappers on stage with no problem. Like, yo, Kendrick is
Westbrook was up
Russell
there.
Westbrook, LeBron
Yeah.
James. Like,
Yep.
bro, like I think when he with this band, I always thought that he was the best rapper, right? And I felt like with this battle, it like made it official to the masses. Now this motherfucker trying to like he is like elevating and elevating and elevating before y'all. He's gonna be so big that it's like Tupac. Tupac is so big that he's relevant today. The man been dead for 30 years.
Right.
Like he's elevating himself to that status, bro.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I was mesmerized, and I appreciate him stepping the game up for all the hip hop artists because he definitely is.
Yeah. I thought it was very like gutsy to start that show off with Euphoria, just because like that is a very difficult joint to perform live. Like that is extremely difficult. And I mean, when I watched it the second time, he didn't do it flawlessly. He kind of messed up a little bit in the middle, but who cares, man? It was just
Mm-hmm.
amazing to him to like run through that song, just all bars like that. You know, it's no hook, nothing like that. I know you ever heard that Lupe Fiasco song "Mural." You ever heard that track?
Miro?
Yeah, "Mural."
No, I can't. I mean, I
Never
listen
heard
to
"Mural"?
Lupe off top,
Yeah,
off top.
if
I do, but
you should definitely listen to Mural. Mural is nuts. It's just bars for just 7, 8. It's
all right, I'm gonna have to
crazy.
check this. I'm gonna have to
But
check that. Which album is it on?
it's on Titso and
It's
Youth.
not. It can't be on Food and Liquor or the other one.
Nah. This is after that. This is on Titso and Youth. This is
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
But I bring the track up because like like when I first heard it, I was like, this song is incredible, and there's like no way you could perform this live because it's just bars. And then he actually did. You can look it up on YouTube. He just runs through it flawlessly on stage. It's just nuts. So like when I saw Kendrick doing you, I'm like, yo, is he gonna run through this whole track? Like, is he gonna stop it midway or something? But like,
Mm-hmm.
he just
Right.
ran through the whole thing. And I mean, you know, the funny thing is, I think he actually made it harder on himself because I was like, yo, this whole crowd knows the whole song. Like, use the crowd, let them give you ad libs so you can catch your breath and come back. Like, they got you. That crowd knew the whole verse, the whole thing of Euphoria. They knew all of it, every word. So like, yo, let the crowd help you, man. You got it. But not Kendrick. He was going. It's so starting that show off with Euphoria was really gutsy, and I loved the performance. He killed it. The lighting of the show was simple but effective.
Yep.
I loved it. Yeah.
And it was so raw. You know what I mean? Like it was like raw. It wasn't like it don't seem like it was well presented. It was just seems like niggas was like, yo, all we gotta do is just get you a spot so he could do his thing, bro. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a whole bunch of, I mean, they did have a big screen or whatever, you know, I get it, but it just seemed like, it just felt like old school rap.
Yeah.
It felt like when Wu-Tang had them dirty ass jerseys on and them fucking baggy ass hoodies in front of on the Cream videos. It felt like that feel. It felt like Biggie. You know what I mean? Like it felt like Biggie with a Coogee sweater on. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was so old school. Like niggas don't like. First of all, I'm gonna just be honest. Outside of like award shows, I've never seen Kendrick Lamar perform like at a show. I've never been to a Kendrick Lamar show. I've never seen a Kendrick Lamar show. So I do not have any prior experience or knowledge of what a Kendrick Lamar show is. Okay.
Right.
So when he said he was doing a pop-out concert, I just be thinking like, how good of a show can a rapper put on? Right? Like, because every concert I go to, niggas just go out there and spit bars. But see, when you go to a Beyonce concert or Usher concert, them motherfuckers dancing, they got shit falling from the sky, they got special effects, but rappers just be up there, yo. You know what I mean? This nigga, so I didn't really know what to expect. And he still is a nigga up there saying, yo, like every rapper. But the connection to the crowd, like you said, bro, that is not a Kendrick Lamar concert, bro. That was a West Coast concert. The motherfuckers in the crowd performed that shit more than he did, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like that shit is crazy. It's like a choir. It's like this man had the world's biggest choir rapping his fucking shit though. And not just one song, not just two songs, Like
Yeah.
every song that came on, they knew
Yeah.
that shit. I've
Right.
been to concerts where as though my partner beside me, he know this Jadakiss song, but he don't
Mhm.
know that Jadakiss song.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so he'll sing around with "We Gonna Make It" or whatever. But when they
Yeah.
start that, if they ever throw that shit back to one of their old freestyles or Money
Right.
Power Respect album, he don't know
Mhm.
shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he know "We Gonna Make It," but he don't know "Chilling for the Love of Drug Dealing." See, I knew all of that. You feel me?
Right.
But
Right. Right.
it be songs that people don't, or sometimes people just know the most popular song. Like, oh,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, bro, the track list was put together, even though he did the real concert is him doing this song 5 times. They Not Like Us. That's the real concert. But even
Yeah.
outside of that, he had like man, listen, it's hard to explain, but I just feel like Kendrick Lamar, he has elevated the game. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit he's doing is elevating it, bro. So it's like we might get pop out concerts all the time now.
Yes, that's exactly where I wanted to go next. That's exactly where I wanted to go next. Is that like after seeing this, and I think that like in general, like the art of like rap concerts has evolved through the years. Cause like I'll be honest with you, like back in the day, like I had no interest to go to a rap concert because
Right.
when I would watch rappers perform like at shows or whatnot, I was fairly unimpressed with it. Didn't see any reason to spend money on that, and I always wondered why. And it never connected why until when the Locks did the verses uh Dipset, and
That's
they kept clowning Dipset because they had the background song playing while they was performing, and it was like that's it. That's why I don't like it because it's colluded. It's too much stuff going on. So when the Locks called that out, now that's what I listen to. I watch a concert. Like, are you performing it, or you just singing along with the exactly? So like, I feel like the way that rappers perform now has changed to the point now where I think rap concerts are a thing that can be done very well. I went to Nas's concert when he did the Illmatic tour. I went to that one,
Did he come
and
out in the Timberland boots?
he did not. But
Oh, wow.
but the concert was dope. And the thing is, I never had an interest to go to a Nas concert because like when I've watched him perform on TV and like all due respect, Nas is my GOAT. I don't think he wasn't a good live performer. But clearly he put some work in and he got better at it. And I also think that like that is something that I do think that like we should look back on and put that in the pot when we talk about the great rappers. Like, are you a good live performer too? Because we did that when it came to like our old R&B artists and our soul artists. We did that. That was a thing.
Definitely
Can
do.
you
Can you
rock this
sing
joint
loud?
live? Can you
Yep.
rock this joint live? So I think
Yep.
that Kendrick doing this show could exactly what you said lead to more pop out concerts. Let people know, like, nah, I can rock live too. It could be something you can add to it. When we talk about all time greats, it does.
And like I like one thing you said about the Dipset lock shit. Like the Locks proved that they were more than rappers. They proved that they were wordsmiths, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Like they knew every song. They had the catalog. They had they. You know what? It's a lot of similarities between this Dipset and Kendrick because let me tell you why. The Locks, they picked the perfect lineup.
Yeah.
So remember Joel was like, y'all must not like no girls, and then them niggas played Honey.
Yeah.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
did they play Ride Dots? Like, that's what Kendrick
Mm-hmm.
Lamar, like this nigga is moving so strategic. Like he
Mm-hmm.
had the perfect lineup. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that Dr. Dre said, hold up, y'all.
Yeah.
I should do it. Bro, like at the time it was like, okay, Dre, look at Dre out there, it's all that. But looking back at it when I watched it again, like, yo, this nigga got Dr. Dre to do that shit. Like then it hits you like, yo, that's Dr. Dre, bro. When the last time we seen Dr. Dre in a live performance, bro?
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
stage.
He killed it
Super
too.
Bowl,
Yeah, Super
you
Bowl.
know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yep.
Before that, when like, bro, he and Dr. Dre wasn't just out there. He was out that bitch working.
Yeah.
Like he was sweating hard out that
He
motherfucker.
was.
Like Dr. Dre, you gotta understand this
Yeah.
man is like 70 years old. He don't leave his house because he got billions and millions. And you got this nigga out there. And not only is he out there, but he gives the intro to probably the
Mhm.
biggest diss.
Yeah.
It's definitely the biggest diss. I can't say it's the hardest or the greatest, but it's the biggest diss.
It's the
It has
biggest. I think.
become
Yeah, I think
the
that when
biggest
we
diss
look,
ever.
when we look back on it, it's going to be probably, regardless of what I think about it. You already know what I think about the track, but like it's going to go down as probably the most impactful diss record possibly ever as time moves on, because it is. It's number one record. I mean, it's hard to argue
Like
it.
and then not only that, bro, Kendrick Lamar, him having it's like him having all the guys on stage. It's like this is when remember he said, this is not just me, I'm with the culture feeling.
Hmm.
Like, bro, he had the culture on stage with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had the
Hmm.
culture in the crowd. Like LeBron James is among the people.
Yeah.
When a bunch of security around LeBron James, he made famous niggas regular niggas for a day. You see what I'm saying? LeBron James just chilling in the crowd. You don't when you see LeBron, you don't see nobody like, yo, let me get an autograph or nothing.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing.
Now,
Yeah.
let me get a picture. Yo, if I was next to LeBron James, I'd have been like,
Yeah.
they not like
Yeah.
us. They not like
Yeah.
us. What? None of that shit. Yo made LeBron James a regular nigga that night. Like
Hmm.
that shit is crazy, bro. Like the amount of pull and influence he has, and like the thing I like about Kendrick, he doesn't take that for granted. He
Yeah.
doesn't take his spot for granted. He doesn't think like he bigger. Of course, he thinks he's the best, but he's a very humble individual. I'm just happy it happened to him, and it's not this some of these arrogant ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these go hard fake thugs, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar is a legitimate rapper, a legitimate man, right? He's good for the culture, he's good for the community, and I'm just happy that it's happening to him, bro. And like you say, like he didn't have to have nothing to record over.
Yeah.
It was all him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said about the live singers, I want to touch on that too. You said we wanted to know what you could do live.
Hmm.
I remember seeing the best rap performance that I've ever seen was Red and Meth. Okay, like Red and Meth came out there and they engaged us. They got us up. They made us want to jump. They made us want to
Right.
scream. You know what I'm saying? I remember when the show first came on, it was like they were doing the Rottweiler. You know, remember the Rottweiler? How it come on like,
Hmm.
dun,
Hmm.
dun,
Hmm.
dun, 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 and Beth just came out, him and Red came out. They just let out a bunch of smoke on the stage, like blew it out there, inhaled it, I guess. And bro, that was the best that I've seen rap performing because they
Hmm.
was jumping, they was around, they was doing things. This nigga Kendrick, he basically walked Drake down the whole night because it
Hmm.
was not about him, bro. That's the crazy thing. It was his concert, but it was about the West Coast, bro.
Right.
Like, like I ain't seen that type of influence since Pop was alive, bro.
Yeah.
For real, bro. That's rare to be able to do that. I'm
Yeah.
happy for Kendrick, y'all.
Yeah, I'm thrilled for him, man. I'm thrilled for him, man. This is. I mean, when we talked about the big three thing, and just like now that he's just separated himself from that whole thing, like that conversation, has concluded. So it's just it's great for him, man. But for me though, the one thing I will say though is that like this was never for me up for discussion about who was the best out of these guys. Like this wasn't even a discussion anyway. Like one has Good Kid, Mad City in the catalog. Good Kid, Mad City is
But then one of them
this
had Young Simba in the catalog too. The Young
that
Simba
ain't
album.
that ain't Good Kid, Mad City though. It just ain't.
Yo, hold
J,
up, bro. Yo,
it's
no, that's
not.
not. I know J. Cole. I know J. Cole. I know he apologized and we're a little upset about it. But bro, we're not gonna act like coming towards that. Yeah, Kendrick is a better rapper, but it's always been a little debatable. Is what I'm trying to say. I do believe
It's
Kendrick is
not.
the best rapper. It
It's
was.
never
It was
been
like
debatable.
it was like Kobe and T Mac in
Debatable?
his prime. It was J. Cole was there. I'll just say this. J. Cole was there with him. Okay,
No, he
he was
wasn't.
right there with. Yes, he was, bro. Come
No,
on,
he
Ray.
wasn't.
Come on, man. Come on, Ray. Don't do
Dude,
that,
hold
bro.
on. Wait a minute. If we took their catalogs, right, and we put it into a pool, and then we started picking NBA draft style, what's the number one pick?
It would have to be probably one of them hearts.
What you whistling about? I'm
It
saying
would
if
have to be one of them hearts. I was thinking.
no,
We talking about the
I'm
song.
saying no. I'm
We
talking
talking
about
about
no. I'm talking about put all their albums,
all the
right,
albums.
and throw them into a pool, and
Yeah, it would be good. See, it would
and
be
then
good.
you
Kid,
won
Mad
them,
City.
huh?
It would be good. Kid, Mad City would be the number one pick.
It will be the number two pick.
To Pepper
Come
Blood.
on, bro. It's nothing to think
To
about.
Pepper Butterfly.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So what's the debate?
Yeah, but the next three might be J. Cole.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh my God, man. All I'm trying to say is what I believe, what you believe is we both feel like Kendrick Lamar is number one. We both feel like Kendrick Lamar is number one. What I'm saying is,
By far.
media-wise, I'm talking speaking on like the media. They always pump Drake up. They always pump J. Cole up. You know what I'm saying? It was always like, and there was a point in time where Wale was in that group. You remember that shit? This is like a while ago. But there's a point in time where Wale was in that group. They tried to put Meek Mill in that group. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Who is they?
the more guys like Drake and Kendrick start separating themselves from him. You know what I'm saying? They did. But it was always, to me, from what I've seen, it was always Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole is right there, bro. He was always right underneath of him. There was never like no big ass gap between them until he apologized. That's what
Man,
put the gap between them.
no,
So you think about the apology, Rage. Come on, Jay.
no, I'm not. I'm not
J.
thinking about the
Cole been
apology.
murdering shit for years.
No, dude, let me tell you something. I can remember when J. Cole was first coming out, and them mixtapes was phenomenal. And so I remember when his first album came out, bro, I was hype when that first album came out until I started playing it. And I said,
Yeah, but workout, yeah.
nah.
See, he was trying to see, that's why he was saying he let Nas down. He was
And
trying
he
to,
did.
he was trying
He sure did.
he was trying to, he was trying to like appeal to everybody. But once he got back on that, fuck it, I'm gonna just spit what I spit. What's the album? I'm about to join the Illuminati. That album?
Born Center?
No, that wasn't Born Center.
Born Center was the second one.
I'm trying to think of the one. It was the first one. The first song was
and that album wasn't popping either.
"Fuck Everybody." I'm about to join the Illuminati,
That was
bro.
Born Center.
That was Born Center. Okay.
And that joint wasn't popping either.
Oh my God, Reg, come on, bro.
It wasn't. It wasn't. J. Cole didn't get on track until Forest Hill Drive. Forest Hill Drive came out, and I said, okay, finally we in the building. But prior to that, man, J. Cole
That
was a
was when he just
disappointment.
went back to his old shit. He went back to the code that we had, the mixtape.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So yeah, man, I can't really call it a discussion if it being close. If I put your albums in a pool and Kendrick gets the first two picks, he might get the third one. Like, no, I'm gonna say Forest Hill Drive will probably be next if I put him in a pool. I'll put Forest Hill Drive 3.
I just feel like a lot of people shitting on J. Cole because he apologized.
Yeah, I mean that's a part of it, but that's not why I'm shitting on him. I'm not even shitting on him right now because right now we're putting him up against Kendrick. Like Kendrick,
No, Kendrick is a better rapper. I agree. I just felt like Drake. It was a lot. It's a lot closer than what you're making it seem before the apology. After the apology, I ain't really got too much to defend. It's a lot closer than what you're making it seem, bro. To me, it was like Kobe and T-Mac. There was a point in time. There's a point in time where T-Mac might have been better than Kobe individually.
No, it wasn't that close. It wasn't Kobe and T-Mac close. It wasn't. Kobe and T-Mac was a legitimate argument, man. Like I don't think J. Cole was really an argument if we're talking overall. If you're just talking like just straight bars and who raps better, possibly, but as an artist, it was never close. It was never close between them two.
No, certainly, I'm agreeing with you. Kendrick has always been the best, but you just making it seem like he just fucking J. Cole up so bad that it's like not even a discussion or something.
It wasn't. Not as an overall artist. It wasn't. As an
That's
overall artist, it
crazy.
wasn't. It was never a thing. And it certainly wasn't. It certainly wasn't one with Drake either. Like if Kendrick was always on top of the mountain. So like
I know.
I
Look,
don't.
I ain't saying that about Drake. I
I know.
didn't
I'm
even.
just throwing him in because he was part of it. You know,
Yeah,
with Drake, it was just the overall. He was the biggest artist. So if we're going by that, then sure. But I mean, as an artist, it was never debatable with them too. I mean, never
as
was.
a
And
rapper, you should say. I ain't gonna lie. Drake is the. When you talk about artistry, Drake got R&B.
oh,
Drake
for
is.
sure, for sure,
When
absolutely.
it comes to rap, it ain't. No, it's never been. It's never been no doubt in my mind that Kendrick Lamar was the best rapper, but it's a lot closer, man, than what you try to project. You making it seem like it's. You making it seem like it's like I was an artist or something, bro. They like he right there with him, bro. It was close, bro. It was
Nah,
close.
they wasn't close, man. And like, and again, it's gonna come off like I'm trying to downplay J. I'm not really trying to downplay J. Cole. It's just who we're putting him up against right now. If you
I
put
get. Listen, I get that. I get that.
yeah. That's why I thought it was crazy. Like I don't know if you look at some of the comments on like our video about the battle, where people was saying like I'm like a Drake stan. Like I am the farthest thing from a Drake stan. Like Kendrick is the first rapper of well, let me not say that because I think you would say like Lupe Fiasco was of the next generation, right? Because I have Lupe in my top 10. Um,
Okay, I take Lupe. Lupe
yeah,
was like the new
yeah,
wave of lyricists.
yeah. So I would have Lupe in my top 10. But outside of that, like the only other guy that I would have outside of the typical people who like people you and our age would have in our top 10 is Kendrick. Like Kendrick will be in my top 10 along like right next to like all the greats that we talk about. I wouldn't have J. Cole or Drake in there. So it was kind of
Kendrick
crazy when
was
he was
my
called
top five, bro.
was said I was a Drake stan because I was judging the battle objectively. Like it was like no,
Right,
like
right, right, right,
I
right.
have too much love and
For the
respect
game.
for this battle stuff to like sit there and lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck when I talk about this battle stuff. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We definitely was privileged to see this battle, bro. We needed this
for sure.
battle. The
No,
community needed this battle, and we needed it to beat Kendrick. Because you gotta think, anytime Kendrick drop, he gonna make it pop. All his songs when they drop is shock value. He he's Mr. Shock Value, bro. That's what we should call that nigga, King Shock Value, bro. It's nothing he does that's regular. It's nothing that he does that doesn't go viral, that doesn't pop, that doesn't break the mold, bro. He is the transcendent artist. He is the LeBron James of this era. You know what I'm saying? He's the Tupac. You know what I mean? Anybody that's big, the Tom Brady, anybody that's at the pinnacle of their profession, that's what Kendrick Lamar represents, bro. It's to the point we about to start saying, bro, I'm the Kendrick Lamar of this shit.
yeah, I think
We
we're
about
at
to
that
start
point.
saying that, bro. It's like I agree with you. At this point, the gap is so big that we're not
Yeah,
even going to discuss it at this moment. Okay,
all
I'm
right.
talking like way before the battle when I talk that J. Cole shit. But at this moment, the gap is so large that we'll be wasting time discussing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we could say Kendrick had better songs, but Drake had more of the following behind it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now it's like, yo, Kendrick got everything. He got the sound, he got the music, he got the following, he got the power, he got the influence.
yeah.
Like he got our attention. I just want Kendrick. You know what I want Kendrick to do? Because it's more than just Drake. I want Kendrick to say, yeah, I might not fuck with Drake, but I don't fuck with you niggas either. You niggas ain't good for the culture. You niggas ain't good for the culture. I need him to keep it going. Don't stop with Drake. Get rid of all these clown ass niggas. Kendrick, Pac would have did it.
All right.
Nigga, 90% of the game wouldn't be around if Pac was here, bro.
Hold on. I'm gonna come back to that point. I want to finish up with the concert thing. Then we're gonna move on to
Go
like
ahead,
what
go ahead, go ahead.
happens to both these guys next. 'Cause I do want to go there, but I want to stay with the concert for a couple quick other points about the concert.
Okay.
Um, I feel like the thing of like having all those gangs on stage all together, like dancing and just having a good time was just so great to see, man. It kind of had this thing of like technically this whole thing is being brought together by conflict. but then the symbolism of having all those gangs on stage that live through real conflict and beef,
Real conflict.
and to just be on stage just having a good time for a night was just the symbolism of that was just incredible. Like I don't know if like Kendrick was thinking that far into it, but that's kind of how I took it. Just like this was brought together by conflict, but now we're having all these people who live real conflict, not having conflict and just having a great time. Like I thought that was an incredible thing to happen, and the fact that he did it on Juneteenth was just took it to another level. So I definitely want to touch on that.
And that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Like he brought the West Coast together. It ain't
Yeah.
no cities like Baltimore. We from Baltimore. We know it's crazy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? People from New York and people from Chicago. Bro, it ain't no place that's more divided than California, bro. No place that's more divided. There's so many gangs, there's so many areas, there's so many hoods, there's so much territory that it is nothing more divided. No city in America is more divided amongst our people than
Right.
California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to see all of them niggas together.
Yeah.
Now,
Crazy.
one report of violence.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, where the fuck can you go out with that many niggas and nobody at least fight?
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have no reports of that shit. And you know they would have been quick to report that. Oh,
Oh,
Punk's
for
leaving
sure.
the Kendrick Lamar concert. Such and
Mm-hmm.
such was shot 5 times. You ain't hearing none of that shit.
Yeah, they would
Bro,
have been
like
on
you
that.
said, he brought them niggas together. It reminds you of when we grew up. When Heavy D and all them niggas was together, niggas be
Yeah.
on stage with Heavy D not even performing a song.
Right.
They just on stage because Heavy D is they mans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it reminded me of that. Like, it gets to a point that the reason why the 90s was so competitive, the reason why the 90s was so popping was because niggas was fans of each other's music and wasn't scared to admit it. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas would call each other out. Who's the best rapper? Jay-Z, Biggie, and Nas. Niggas was letting you know back in the day, like they would rap about other niggas. They would
Mm-hmm.
mention other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a certain competitive camaraderie, right? That faded. Like during the 50 Cent era, it was like, we can't be fans of these niggas because that'll make us a sucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can't be cool with these niggas because we can't be shouting these niggas out because then that make me look soft. You see what I'm saying? Yo, last night was everything that we grew up to in the 90s, bro. It really was. Well, not last night, the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
It was everything that we grew up watching in the 90s, yo. Like I say, niggas be on stage with Heavy D for no reason.
Right.
I remember Redman used to feel. I remember I was watching, you remember Teen Summit? You remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember that.
Teen Summit, I was watching Teen Summit. Bro, they had Redman, Naughty by Nature out there. And Redman was just out there with him. He was just out there with him,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's what it felt like. Like, them niggas ain't had to perform. Even if YG didn't perform last night, you think he wasn't going to be on that stage?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this was so much bigger than Kendrick Lamar that I can't even, like I said, I can't even give the credit. This was a West Coast concert. This was not a Kendrick Lamar concert. This
Right.
was a California concert. He said he did nothing for real but pick the songs. Once he picked the song, he looked up at the nigga and picked the song. Once he picked the song, the crowd took it away.
Right.
He ain't had to say nothing, bro. He could have stood up there and just pointed the mic the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you say, bro, for him to bring these niggas together like that, that is so beautiful, bro. So
Now,
beautiful.
now with that, I don't want to spend a ton of time on this, but I have to bring it up. What are your thoughts on the fact that the game was not there? Because that's a topic of conversation. We talk about West Coast and bringing the West Coast back. The game was that dude. So, what are your thoughts on him not being there?
Yo, game to me is, I'm going to just say this before I say what I got to say about it. The game to me is the most, I put him where I put AZ. I put him where I put Raekwon at. Like the most underrated, underappreciated rappers. Like
Agreed.
no, like
Thousand
nobody
percent
speak
agree.
about AZ. Nobody. And this man for years, bro. He recently just dropped something that was hard, bro. Like AZ been killing shit for years. Raekwon, if you listen to them old Wu-Tang albums and shit, only built for Cuban links. No, Only Built for Cuban Links is the best solo album out of all the Wu-Tang niggas.
Yeah.
Only Built for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put Game
Part
there. He's
part
very
two was good
underrated.
too. Cuban Link Part 2 was good too.
Yeah, they had It had the broken safety with the locks and with the locks on it with Ghostface.
Crazy,
What?
crazy.
That whole album was
Mm-hmm.
money, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Surgical Gloves. That was my joint too. He had a
That beat,
monster album.
crazy.
That was a
Mm-hmm.
monster album. But don't nobody when you talk about like the great lyricists and storytellers. We had that song called "The Fat Lady Sings" and shit. The Fat
Mm-hmm.
Lady
Yep.
Sings. Like when it comes to story, nobody mentioned Raekwon, and I feel like that about Game. Like he don't get enough credit, and a lot of it because he does a lot of clout chasing.
Mm.
He does a lot of starting beef and apologizing. But from a lyrical standpoint, he's underrated. However, he's always come across as a jealous motherfucker to me, though. You know what I mean? Like he act like he happy for you niggas, but at the same time, he mad that he ain't getting the appreciation, right? And then we already know that Dr. Dre don't really fuck with him, right? Like like Reggie, if you my OG and you don't fuck with that nigga, like I might not have that nigga on stage. But I'm not gonna play too much into it because as great of a rapper as Game is, like I say, bro, he come across as real jealous, real like, why they not looking at me? Every time we talk about Kendrick Lamar, he talk about what about what I did with the West Coast? I kept the West Coast alive. We be like, yo, that's 15, 20 years ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? He did bring the West Coast back. He did.
Bro.
He did. He did. He kept it. Let's give him his credit where he deserved it at. But I didn't really care. I feel like if Game wasn't there, he didn't need to be there. Bottom line, fuck it. He was supposed to be there, he would have been there. I don't want to play too much into that because it
Yeah.
kind of throw a little salt on the concert. But at the same time, I see where you're coming from because you can't have the biggest West Coast niggas and not have a big time West Coast nigga like that. I get that, but I think Game probably wasn't either invited or he ain't want to come because it wasn't his. He wasn't doing the show. He wasn't doing the song. Some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think Game. I'm gonna be real. I don't think Game wanted to go. I think that he's cool with Drake, and I think that for him, I don't think he would want to go there and be on stage dancing to Not Like Us because he's cool with Drake. Like I saw him like ranting about this on his IG page, and like that's what it came off to me. He said Drake is his brother and Kendrick, is the homie. So he loves them both. So he has loyalty to Drake and them. So he doesn't want to like, because like if you have beef with somebody and y'all going back and forth, and I'm cool with the other dude you got beef with, they're doing a concert performing these songs, making fun of you, I'm probably not going. I'm just not doing it because I don't want to take sides in this thing. Like I'm cool with you, I'm cool with the other guy. So let
I think
y'all do y'all thing, but I'm not doing that. Like it's one thing, like the concert. Come on, the concert is very much dancing on Drake's grave. And I understand that he might not want to dance on his grave, being that they cool. You know what I mean? Being that that's his brother. I don't have a problem with it from that standpoint.
Reggie, this is what I'm gonna say to you. I understand that point, but yo, Drake shouted out YG
He did.
in his song. He didn't shout out Game. Shouted out YG.
So he
YG was
shout
there.
out Game too. He said, "Whoever bang a set, my nigga Chuck T." He's talking about Game.
Oh yeah, he did say Chuck. He did. He
Yeah.
did. He did.
Right.
He did. But what I'm saying is, Reggie, let's say I'm Game and you're Drake. I'm in a Game situation and you're beefing with a Drake type situation, bro. If all of Baltimore came together, if all of Baltimore was coming together, like all of Cali coming together should be bigger than you and Drake's relationship.
Maybe,
Like
but
having 1,000 Bloods and 1,000 Crips in
that's
one
true.
area in
That's fair.
peace, love, and joy under one united unity. Even if it's for one night, that one night of unity would have made me say fuck Drake. Fuck that
See,
shit.
I
My
can't
city,
see.
it's bigger for Baltimore City to come together than it is for me to be Drake's friend. It's bigger for the world to see a city that's so divided, united as one. That's bigger than an individual relationship with a nigga. I think that was a bullshit ass ploy that Game just threw out there. I think it was more than just, oh yo, I'm cool with Drake. I'm cool with
That's
Drake.
but that's
Ah,
that's fair. But if the whole united front is everybody dancing to the pedophile song, like I do understand how he's like, I'm not really trying to do that. Again, I don't know specifically what happened because I don't know if he wasn't invited or he was
I don't
invited
think
and
he was
said, I'm not
invited.
coming.
Dr. Dre
Yeah.
don't like that nigga. You
But
know that.
now if that's the case, he wasn't invited, are you co-signing that? Because like just because you don't like him, this whole event is about getting people together. So I'm not cool. If that's the case, I'm not cool with that. Game absolutely should have been
Uh,
invited.
uh, See, if we was talking about a humble individual, then yeah. I would argue the reason why it probably wasn't no fights is because Game wasn't there.
I'm not gonna throw that on game,
Like it's
man.
a
Like
yo, bro.
I'm not doing that.
Reggie. It's
Come
a
on.
bunch of niggas in Cali that want to get that nigga. They be after that nigga all the time. He's
I mean,
always fighting. He's always scrapping. He's always in the middle of some shit in California.
yeah.
So he could be the reason. What if a nigga was like, yo, Gang show up, yo, we're gonna do that nigga.
But there's probably a lot of that. There's probably a lot of guys that probably weren't cool. That was like, all right, for this night is love. You know what I mean? Like I think if Game was there, the event would have went the same, you know. So we
I
don't know
really
why.
think the game should have been there. I think he should have been there.
Mhm.
But I'm not buying that. Oh, Drake's my guy. I'm not buying that, bro. I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. To me, that just sound like the niggas didn't want me there, so let me give an excuse that makes sense.
Right.
Same shit about the Super Bowl. They just didn't want him there.
Well, he wasn't big
And that
enough
was
to be
all
at the Super Bowl.
California too.
Yeah, he's
They
not big
just
enough to be
didn't
at the
want
Super
him
Bowl.
there.
Eminem was there. He's not California. He wasn't big enough to be up on that
Well,
stage.
what I'm saying it was when I say I'm sorry, it was California rain. Dr. Dre did
Okay.
everything, right?
Sure.
Jay gave the mic to Dre, and Dre took it away, right? So he should have been there. He's one of the most famous Dr. Dre artists. Snoop was there, M was there, Fifth was there. Like, why wasn't Game there?
He's not big enough to be at the Super Bowl. Like, if millions of people are watching the Super Bowl, people who aren't rap fans and don't listen to rap know that's Dr. Dre. Oh, that's Snoop Dogg. That's
That's
Eminem.
what he said.
That's Kendrick Lamar. Who is that guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Game's not big enough to be at that stage. He's just not.
I get you.
He
You're
should
right.
he
You're
should
right.
have been
That
at the
is
Super
that.
Bowl, but he should have been at the event, the other day.
Yeah, he
Let's move.
definitely should have been there, though.
Yeah.
He
Let's
definitely
move
should.
on. Let's move on. Where do both of these guys go from here?
And at first, I thought like all Drake got to do is continue to make good music. That's what I thought at first. Like he lost, niggas lose battles all the time and blow up. Look at Jay-Z. All Jay-Z did after Ether was keep making great music. You know what I mean? He has to continue to make good music. That's what I thought. That's all you gotta do is make good music.
Mhm.
Then he came out with that BBL jersey. BBL jersey. I was like, Drake, what are you doing? What are you doing, Drake?
I didn't mind
But,
that.
huh?
I didn't
I
mind that him
like the
rapping
fact
over
that he
that
tried
beat.
to flip it, but
Yeah,
this whole sexy red shit gotta stop.
that song was horrible.
So I feel like I don't know for Drake, bro. At first, I felt like all you gotta do is continue to make good music, bro. If you make good music and you continue to be that, I better find your love. You keep doing that shit, bro. We'll be good, bro. It's getting to the point that niggas might not never want to hear from Drake again.
Yeah, I think
Like
he's in
it's
trouble.
getting bad. It's getting bad after Kendrick just did this. It's like, bro, what can you do now? Like I don't know what Drake can do. All Kendrick got to do is just continue to be the man that we've known him to be as an artist. That's all he got to do at this point. He done did everything. He done already knocked the nigga out. He done already shocked the world. He done already stood up for our culture. All he got to do is make good music and he going to be the man. But Drake, whew, Might want to go back to acting. Might want to back up. You know what I mean? You might Drake, you're a very funny guy. I seen you on CNL, SNL, I seen you on Saturday Night Live, bro. You might want to do that type shit, bro. Because it's getting to the point, bro, that we, Ja Rule,
Yeah.
Ja Rule made good music, bro. He did. But it got to the point that we did not want to hear from him no more. He got killed so bad that we did not want to hear from him.
Yeah.
That is what's happening to Drake as we speak. Guys and
Yeah.
people are like, I heard Stay Scheming. I started Stay Scheming late last night. Like, when I was like going out and I heard dude riding by and he's playing Stay Scheming. Stay Scheming don't even hit the same. And that's like the Drake come out party for real. In the hood, right? Stay Scheming don't even hit the same. When your old shit don't hit the same, when 50 killed Ja Rule, we didn't want to hear I'm always on time and I gave you. But before that 50 Cent, nigga, we was bumping that shit, bro. We was bumping Ja Rule, bro. Rainy Days with Mary J. Those was very good songs, bro.
I was just listening to that one recently.
That's a very good
Mhm.
song. But what
Mhm.
50 Cent did made us not even want to listen to him. And that's what's about to happen to Drake. I hope it don't because he's a good artist. But I think we are this close to saying, I don't even want to hear that motherfucker no more.
Yep. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think he's in trouble, bro. I think he's in big trouble. I think that the one thing that you can't like ignore about this battle is that there is clear cultural significance to this entire thing. Like you can't ignore it. I think that's the reason why people are so emotional about it and they're so dead set on their viewpoint on it. Like I can't even really have a legitimate bar for bar debate because people don't care about that. There is a cultural significance to this battle. And so I just think that like the colonizer stuff, whether you
Pedophile.
agree the pedophile stuff, that's one thing. I think some of that's going a little too far. Like I'm a
Right,
little iffy about people who are legitimately say, I think he is that. Like that's and like if I'm battling Drake, oh yeah, I'm saying it. Absolutely.
right,
Either
right.
rather, but when you are saying I actually believe he is this,
No,
and if
no,
you
no,
if
no.
you
I'm
and if
not
you
saying that, but
I
it
know
is
you're
those
not.
that are.
I know you're not, but people are.
Yeah,
People
they
are
are.
saying, how can you listen to you know what I mean? How can you listen to someone who does that? Like, that's going a little far for me because I don't actually think he's that. But again, in the battle, I'm playing the angle.
Yeah,
But the one that I think is more significant is this culture vulture um, colonizer angle that Kendrick played because I think that within the culture there are people who do believe that. I think that there's a lot of that, and like Kendrick being the person to bring that to the forefront is damaging. And so yes, I do think that we're getting to a point where like you said, the Ja Rule situation, Ja didn't stop making good music. Like his
he
music
did.
stayed good. It didn't stop
Yeah,
getting good. It was just at that point 50 Cent made it so he was uncool to listen to.
yeah.
Once he became uncool to listen to, there's nothing you really can do to bring it back. And I know some like Drake fans are saying like, well, his streaming numbers are still crazy. Here's the thing about that. His streaming numbers are still crazy. His streaming numbers will continue to be crazy. But the thing is, if streaming existed back in the day, Ja Rule's streaming numbers would have stayed good because everybody would have had some Ja Rule songs on their cookout playlist. So like during the summer,
Yeah.
always on time, and all them tracks would have still be getting played because they're still getting streamed from that. That didn't exist back then. So like once you stop playing Ja Rule, you stop playing Ja Rule, period.
Yeah.
I think this is different, bro. Like, I don't think he can really recover from this because of that. Like, people now believe he's a culture vulture. And I think that there is arguments on both sides of that. I personally don't really prescribe to that, really. Because, he's an artist, man. Like, I don't know about that. Doesn't matter what I think. The only thing that honestly can save Drake, if I'm being 1,000% honest with you, the only thing that could save him is if they
Is
squash it.
is if
Yeah, it's
is if
Kendrick.
Kendrick do a song with him. It's
Yep.
like Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence,
Yep.
right? Like we was like, damn, Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, that's to be a great fight. James Crawford whooped his ass so bad, we don't even want to see Earl Spence no more, bro.
Nope.
We don't even want to see this nigga no more, bro. Like, damn, bro, you did all of that talking, you did all that to get your ass whooped like that. You waited 10 years for that ass whooping. Like, bro, that's how it is with Drake is getting there. Like, bro, what can
he took that fight too soon, by the way.
Who,
He
Earl
took that
Spence?
fight too soon. He shouldn't have took that fight Earl was coming off of that accident that he had. I
Surgery and
don't
all
think that
that,
was the fight he should have took.
Yeah, but I
think
mean,
so.
it had to happen
Go
though.
ahead.
It was like he was a prisoner of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Drake shouldn't have took this fight. He should have let him say that's the big three. It's just Big B, and let that shit go. Looking back at the time, it's like Drake, you better kill that nigga. But looking back, it's like Drake, you might should have shut the fuck up. You might should have shut the fuck up. Looking back at it.
Yeah, I think you could say that because you're right, and people probably wouldn't have, like, hip hop heads would have clowned about, like, overall, I don't think he would be getting clowned like that if he just didn't take the fight. But I mean, I think that more so speaks to the fact that Drake is hip hop. Like, we got to stop this narrative. Drake's hip hop. Drake was like,
he's not hood. He's not
hood. I'm not hood. Like, I'm hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
Like, he heard them like, oh, you got bars? Okay, I got bars too. One of the things that I always wonder, like, why? And if I ever spoke to Drake, this is the first question I would ask you. Why did you respond to Pusha T like that? Why didn't you just say, whatever? You know what I mean? I might throw a couple subliminals his way. Like, why did you step in the booth with this guy knowing you had this kid thing you were still trying to sort out? Like, why would you step into the booth? He didn't have to take that fight against Pusha T. Nobody would have cared. He would have thrown some more subliminals and kept it moving. Why did he take that fight? But it's just
first of all, the reason he took that fight is because Pusha T came at him so hard. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if a dude push me, I'm gonna let that slide. But if a dude three-piece me, bro, I gotta fight. Like, a dude step on my shoes and say, nigga, get the fuck out my way. I can say, you know what, brother, you got it. But if a nigga just straight punch me, bop, 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 bro, you gotta fight. You know what I mean? You got it. He kind of put Drake in a situation where, though, it was hooked so hard that, and see, this the problem. This is another thing that's working against Drake. It's been people that hasn't liked him since day one. Because I remember when that Charlemagne shit happened. I mean, that shit happened with Pusha T. Bro, Charlemagne, Funk Flex, them niggas was pushing that shit.
Yeah,
it wasn't just like, oh, the battle happened. They was pushing it to the point like, yeah, Drake. So he kind of like had to, right? And then he didn't know what he was getting himself into. He didn't know, bro. He had never been in a real hip hop battle. Like, yo, Pusha T is a dude that will talk about your mother. Like, Pusha T should be in the URL, bro. He could very well be up there. Like, bro, some of the crazy shit he said about Drake, yo, is beyond battle rap, bro. That shit is like, as a man, we need to fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna just be honest. I think the Pusha T battle is why Drake started hanging around battle rappers. You understand? Because if you look at what he did with Pusha T, then look at what he did with Meek Mill, he was a totally different. And we come to find out that Daylight said he wrote Meek Mill. You heard the song about that?
I don't believe. I don't believe anything Daylight says. Daylight, bro. I don't believe anything. He's you talk about Game as like a clout chaser. Daylight is very much that. I don't believe anything Daylight says. Not a real.
I bet that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But he claims to have wrote the Meek Mill disc. I was about to say, probably ain't had him writers against Pusha T. Now I'm gonna give him the credit because it says Drake. But when you look at your song, I sent you the link that showed who was the composers on the Drake shit.
Okay, hold on. Wait. So, like, I think that's probably a separate video. So I don't know how far I want to go into we can do a separate video about like writers and hip hop. But like a lot of times when you look in like credits, sometimes producers get writers credits. Sometimes the engineers get writers credits. So like you really have to like go into the thing and like Google who the people are. Because a lot of times like you'll Google like, oh, that's the producer, you know. So again, I don't want to get into the writers things. That's going to take us way off track.
That's fair.
But if
I
if
feel
I'm
like
not mistaken, Drake was hanging around battle rappers before both of those battles. I remember he was at the Disaster and DNA battle. That was like before both of those. If I'm not mistaken, like that was a while back when he was at
no,
that
I
battle.
don't think Disaster and DNA came before the Pusha T beef.
It definitely came before the Pusha T beef. Yeah, it definitely did. That was
Because remember,
that was
Pusha T went at Wayne first. Remember, them niggas ain't dying for you. You signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga
Oh,
that
okay.
signed to a
Well,
nigga.
yeah. I mean, if you want to go all the way back to when they was like subliminally dissing each other, sure. I'm talking about when it was on.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm about to say he was sending shots for years, bro.
Yeah, they was.
Pusha
Yeah,
T was sending shots for years.
yeah. So to me, he could have just kept doing that. But anyway, like I think that I think Drake underestimated the cultural angle of this battle and how this thing like I think he understood that he was the underdog. I think he understood that, but I don't think he understood the fact of you simply cannot win. Like this is bigger than just the bars. I think he felt like I'm just gonna go ahead and outbar this guy and I'm good. And he did outbar him. Drake had the better bars in this battle. But listen, let's go throw that in there. He did outbar him. But listen, I think
Right.
he underestimated the other side of this. Like you simply cannot win this. You cannot win this. This isn't just battling somebody that has home field advantage. This isn't that. Like this, you cannot win. You will never win this battle. You're battling Kendrick Lamar. The cultural aspect of this thing is very, very big, and you can see that in how emotional and how into it people are. Like people are calling me a Drake stan because I judge this battle objectively. Like I'm not, So Drake underestimated that for sure, and I think that he's in trouble.
You remember I said Drake did not understand hood politics? Remember I said that on the last one? He did
Mm-hmm.
not fully understand hood politics. He
Mm-hmm.
understood what other niggas do to kill niggas in battle rap.
Right.
Like when they dissing, he understood how to diss, but he did not fully understand hood politics. Like I said, yo, I made you lie on me. Like niggas is like, so the fuck what? Yo, I gave you some information. I gave my man some information. My man gave you that information, and you used that information against me, and it wasn't true. And niggas is like, bro, niggas get lied on every day in the hood, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And meanwhile, Kendrick is sunning your family. Like niggas say something to your mother, bro, you gotta fight. Kendrick is son of your mother. He telling your son, when you get old and little young man, I'll be there for you. Because your father ain't gonna be able to teach you what I'm gonna like. Good politics wise, he didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And it was so many people. This battle showed this one thing I will say in Drake's defense. I understand why Drake say fuck all of these niggas. Because at first I was like, yo, Drake, like niggas adopted you to this culture. Why would you be shitting on niggas, right? The way you be shitting on niggas, right? But all of them niggas that he did songs with came out of nowhere and dissed him.
Yeah.
It's like niggas was waiting. It was like, I don't want to swing on Drake. I don't want to swing on Drake. Oh, Kendrick swung? Oh, if Kendrick swinging, then I'm swinging. Because we could hide behind Kendrick if we need to. Like, man, get the fuck back. I'm being honest. All the niggas, ASAP Rocky, Rick Ross, everybody just started dissing Drake out of nowhere, bro. Because that is how they felt the whole time. Which is why I think my man Kendrick should say, I might have did this to Drake, but I don't fuck with you niggas either. You're not good for the culture. I hope he don't stop. Please do not stop.
Expand on that. Who
like,
are you talking about?
I'm talking about niggas like Rick Ross, who used to be a motherfucking correctional officer out here talking all this fucking gangster shit. You understand? And I hope he look at Ross and say, Ross, I might not fuck with Drake, but don't think we cool either, nigga. Like Rose is one of the yo, I swear to God, he makes good music. Don't get it twisted. But bro, his whole like persona is just he's just fake. It's bought. He bought that image. A lot of these niggas is buying these images. You know what I'm saying? Ross has to go. Quavo and all of these Migos, they gotta go. Michael Jackson need to be there. We gotta get rid of that shit. Like, we got to get rid of that shit. That shit has to go, bro. Ooh, mama. That shit got to go. Like I wish he just start shitting on all of them niggas. Start shitting on these dumbass bitches. Like females be so stupid, bro. Like Cardi B talking all this hot girl summer shit, and she's married. Like there is a demographic of women who are single with no man, think they live in the Cardi B lifestyle. And this chick married on her third pregnancy, probably. She said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got some whack. This nigga Offset literally recorded her sweeping up floors and shit. You see what I'm saying? But she got these young girls thinking, we ain't got to cook and clean, all we got to do is have some whack. Like, Kendrick got to kill that. He could easily, especially where he at right now, he could smoke all of that shit that taints our culture right now.
Now, when you say smoke, like, what do you are you saying he should get in the booth again? Because I think at this point that would feel like bullying. If Kendrick made a diss track towards like Rick Ross, that's bullying. Like, come on,
it's not bullying. It's not bullying.
Rick Ross can't do nothing. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yo, but listen, think about this. You know how many niggas Pop destroyed that really wasn't like Chino XL. Who's Chino XL, Reggie? Let me tell you who Chino XL is. He's a nigga that could rap. Chino XL could rap, but Pop destroyed him before he even.
Yeah, he did.
Why? Because Pop was a gatekeeper. Pop literally was a gatekeeper. He shitted on all of them niggas, bro. He shitted on. Now I'm not saying everybody that Pop rapped against or rapped on deserved it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it because he shitted on Nas, and Nas is extremely amazing for the culture. To me, the GOAT, my number one, right? Honestly. But it was some niggas in there that deserved that shit. Like that Drake shit, Drake would not be around if Pop. He hated niggas that wasn't from our culture that tried to benefit from our culture. No, Pop would have killed these niggas. He would have killed Rose. You ain't no real killer, you fake thug ass nigga. He'd have killed Rose. Bet you was a correctional officer. The fuck you become this boss, nigga? And you weren't even the type of correctional officer that get the drugs inside. Nigga, you was a square ass correctional officer. You see what I'm saying? Pop would have killed that shit. Them niggas wouldn't have been able to get away with being square niggas and claiming thug shit. They wouldn't have been able to get away with being square niggas and being gangster. They wouldn't have got away with disrespecting our women the way that they do. They wouldn't have. Pop was alive. Not in Pac's time. And Kendrick Lamar has a chance to do that.
I don't want to go off topic, but who did Tupac kill? Like, you make Mobb Deep? Because like, if Pac hadn't passed, they was clapping back. Have you've heard Drop a Gem on him, haven't you?
Yeah. I heard
they was about to fry. So like, who did Pac kill?
Hell
on Earth. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of niggas. Rap Pac just a lot of niggas. If you listen to it,
he did. But I'm saying like, who was he about to fry? Because like, Mobb Deep was coming back. Drop a Gem on it was ill. I would have, loved to see what he was going to do about that. And and Biggie was coming back too. Like,
and you know what Nas said, "See before gusto, your luck, bro. You didn't know time was stuck though."
Nas said that wasn't a diss. Nas said he wasn't dissing.
It was a shot, bro. It was a shot though. He called you CD before gusto.
That song is incredible because he offended Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z on the same song. Because the Lex TV sets the minimum, Jay-Z took offense to that. and the one life, one love, it can only be one king. Biggie took offense to that. So he offended three of the goats in one song.
Hey, yo, not only that, yo, Pac took the beat from him and tried to redo it. You could tell niggas was mad about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You could tell niggas was mad about that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if he has the opportunity, because there's a lot of trash in our culture, and a lot of the trash comes from the music that we digest, right? He has an opportunity to get rid of that shit. He has an opportunity to get rid of a lot of bitch ass niggas if he felt like it, bro. I'm talking about bitch ass niggas that been in the game for years. If he felt like it right now, He has our eye. He has our attention. He has the influence. Supporting Rose, even though we know he's a CEO and he talk all this gangster boss shit. Like, are we really going to support? You know, people start doing canceling Rick Ross. You know what I mean? Like, we need those dudes. Like, one thing I love about Jada Kiss, bro. I be watching his interviews and shit. Jada is my man. You can tell them niggas is from the streets, right? When you listen to Scarface, Brad Jordan, he got a podcast with Willie D, the Ghetto Boys. Him and Willie D got a podcast. If you ever get a chance, check that shit out, man. You could tell that these dudes are authentically from the streets. When you see T.I.C., you could tell that these dudes are from the streets, bro. You know what I mean? There is no faking in nothing that Styles P does. Like, these are the guys that we need to hold true to. YG, like, hold true to it. YG is as honest as it gets, especially if you listen to his music. I just feel like Kendrick has a chance to say, fuck all you niggas. Like, I'm not just going to protect us from culture vultures. I'm going to protect us from people in our culture that's destroying our culture also.
I just think it's going to come off like punching down. He can't do that now. Like, it's one thing, like, you can't go at the end boss and then go back to fight the putties. Like, you can't do that. Like,
hey, let me ask you a question. You played God of War before, right? You played God of War before, right?
Actually haven't. Never got into it.
Like, some games you might beat on hard, right? And then you can go back and like Grand Theft Auto. You can do the main core, you can do the main story in Grand Theft and still go do those side missions. These niggas like Rick Ross a side mission, bro. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross is a side mission. I'll give you another one. Meek Mill, side mission.
I disagree, man. I think Kendrick needs to just do good music. I think that the perception here from the culture is that he washed Drake, even though Drake had better bars than him on this joint. The perception is that he washed them, and so I think that right now the big thing that he needs to do is put out great music and just keep going. That's what we want to see from him.
I feel like he should police our culture. He could police our culture, bro. He has an opportunity. Like, right now, he could put himself where Martin Luther King was in the 60s.
We going
right
too
now,
far.
do his music.
We going too far, man.
Bro, he could right now. All I'm saying, I'm not saying that he has to be some abolitionist or nothing, but what I'm saying is he has put himself in position to be one of those leaders that we have lacked. He has no black person have our attention, especially the younger generation. Ain't no black person had our attention like this. Name one black person that you can name individually that had our attention in this way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, what he chooses to do with that power is on him. He could just make good music. He could just be cool. But if he takes this attention and his power and decides to say, you know what? It's some shit in our neighborhoods that need to change.
I'm with that. I'm just not with the idea of like punching down at guys that, you know, this was a rap battle, and I don't think that, I don't know. I'm not really with the let's go stomp on poor Rick Ross. Like, I don't know if I'm with that. I want to hear some
Rick Ross I'm just using Rick Ross as an example.
Even other people you said, same thing. Like, Sexy, we go diss Sexy Red. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Bro, listen. I ain't saying he got this Sexy Red, but it's just like he has the opportunity to police the culture because he has our attention. He can, if he chose to, he can become that stand-up leader that we've been. And it's not just because he's some great guy or whatever. I mean, I do think he's a great guy, but it's not because of that. It's because how much our eyes are on him now. It was always like when he dropped There's a Shock Value, everybody stopped what you're doing. Lamar dropped. He just dropped the Hot 6 and fucking shook the world, right? He's always been shock value, bro. Now with this shit, he shocked us so much that it's like he got his brain washed. And he could take this opportunity and this influence a step further and really affect culture. And one thing you're going to have to do is going to have to get rid of the rats There's no way to clean up anything without getting rid of the rats, bro. And I feel like niggas like Rick Ross are rats. Not like snitch rat, but
Right.
like they're rats. They're the mice. They're the infestation. He can get rid of the infestation. That's all I'm not saying he should, but I'm saying if he chose to, he could. Right now. That's how powerful he is. It's not a measure of what's right or wrong. I'm just saying how powerful and how influential he is right now. He could change a whole bunch of shit just by speaking on it. And I think we need somebody in our culture with that type of power and influence willing to speak on it. Candace Owens can't do it by herself. That one will be out here telling the damn truth about our culture all the fucking time, and they try to nail her to a cross because she's married to a white man. But she tells the truth about our young black men and our young black women all the time. Kendrick Lamar has a chance to do that if he chose to.
Cool. I'm with you. I'm with a lot of what you said in terms of making change.
Just don't want him to stop Ross.
I just don't want him to. Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't know. It's just not. I don't see that, man. I don't want to see it as just randomly dissing people, man. But as far as like speaking out on issues and just bringing us together like this incredible concert did, stuff like that, I'm with. But outside of that, like I think I'm good with Kendrick battling right now. The battle thing is fine right now. He came in, he did what he had to do in this one. He got the crowd, home field advantage, but he hit threes, and the crowd's not going to make noise unless you're making threes. So he did what he had to do. He's declared the winner, even though Drake.
You got to catch an alley-oop. It's either a three or alley-oop. Hey, yo, stop saying that Drake had the better bar shit, bro. Yo, stop.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. He did.
God.
He did.
Hey, bro, you know what? We're going to end up going bar for bar out this motherfucker, bro. I'm going to come in here with a notepad and Kendrick's dopest bars. You know what I'm saying?
We can do that in a different joint. We can do that in a different point for sure.
I might have had a plethora of more bars, but Kendrick's bars was so. It's like you ever watch a boxing match and one they go pop 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 and one they go boom and knock them out. That's what it was. Drake did a bunch of pop 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 pop, and Kendrick just wow, knocked this dumbass. Tank and Frank Martin. Tank came out there and threw. Frank Martin came out there throwing all the punches that Tank are moving. Tank just walked forward and knocked him the fuck out. That's Drake and Kendrick, bro.
I don't think so. I disagree. But
that's true.
But the battle was won by Kendrick Lamar. Raised his hand, let the confetti fall, and that's what that concert was. That was his hand being raised and the confetti falling.
Wow.
And he deserves it, man. And the concert just in general was beautiful. It was a great moment for hip hop. I hope that it allows us to see more concerts like that, because I think that is a slept on part of being an MC, being able to actually go out there and perform it live. So I loved everything about that concert. It was incredible. His performance was incredible. Like the lighting, the simpleness of just having the red and the blue lighting for this moment to bring these gangs together was just something like that simple was just masterfully done, in my opinion. Salute to Kendrick Lamar. Incredible show. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm gonna give you the last word, Kurt.
Two things. Number one, I agree with everything you said, bro. The light, like I was saying earlier, the way that it was lit and put together, it felt like old school. Like, yo, this is all we can afford, bro. Throw that shit up there. They could have spent $90 million on that concert, but they probably spent like 10 racks. But it was done right, right? I appreciate Kendrick Lamar. I appreciate the fans. I appreciate artistry, because artistry is something that gets swept underneath of the rug because they can't twerk. You know what I mean? Artistry gets swept underneath of the rug because they're not talking about popping pills. I respect the fans respecting artistry. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank the fans because Kendrick Lamar might have saved lyricism.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Guys might really want to hear bars now. And another thing, this is the last thing, and I'm gonna just leave this whole killing the industry game alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I will say this: there are some rats in this game, and I would love for Kendrick Lamar to be the piper. Come play the flute, Kendrick. Get these rats up out of this industry. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't have to diss niggas to do it. He could just do that subliminal shit that he been doing, and niggas that's been doing the wrong shit just stop doing it because Kendrick spoke against it. Like, it could happen. I'm just saying. I would love for Kendrick to fully take this responsibility of being Big Bro, and not just to kill Drake. That's really all it is. To the next time, man. You know what it is.
Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate this conversation, man. It was dope, man.
Of course.
You on the next one, brother.
All right, Red.
Later.